through this door lies another dimension. One of beeps, one of boops. A reality where 8-bit and HD clash. This is the point where new retro meet. The 6.5 dimension, protected by the arcade overlord. You have crossed into the turbo zone.
It's finally time, geeks and gamers. Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash has just hit the PS4, and I am here to bring you my thoughts. Yeah, just a little warning: this game is a little sexual. By a little sexual, I mean there's titties bouncing around, pretty much fucking everywhere. So if you're not comfortable with that, I would click out of the review. Sorry, not really that sorry. You should lighten up a bit. Senran Kagura, Peach Beach Splash. Fuck yes. If you don't know what the Senran Kagura series is, it's a series about busty ninja girls, busty anime ninja girls. And Senran Kagura Estival Versus was the first game in the series I played. I'm slowly catching up, but I loved that game to pieces, and I was super excited to see Peach Beach Splash come to the PS4. And I pre-ordered and got my copy. I got the no shirt, no shoes, all service edition, which I did an unboxing of. It came with a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, so what is Peach Beach Splash? Peach Beach Splash is a continuation of the Senran Kagura series, where you take control of a busty ninja girl and you shoot water guns at other busty ninja girls. I don't know what else you would want in life. It's a busty anime girl water gun game. That's pretty amazing. It's really cool to see this game come out in the US market, especially among all of the really epic, story-driven, fucking dark, gritty games, you know, that happen nowadays. It's really cool to see that this still has a place in the market. And this series has actually been becoming pretty, I wouldn't say really popular, but it's picking up a following here in the US, and I'm definitely a huge fan. Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash, from a story perspective, doesn't really have a whole lot. I did beat the story mode. Granted, this only came out 2 days ago, and I beat the story mode. The game's really not that long story-wise. The story mode was fun. It was very lighthearted. You played through one of 4 scenarios, you know, of the different girls in their different schools, and then you play a final chapter, and that's the story. It was a pretty funny story overall. I mean, there was like some themes of like, I don't know, there were like some like emotional themes in the story, but it wasn't anything too impactful, you know, because it's a fucking water gun game. So the story doesn't really matter. All you need to know is all these ninja girls are together on this one island to win a competition called Peach Beach Splash, which is a water gun tournament.
そうか、ならいい。ところでお前は誰だ？ヘビジョの皆さん、はじめまして。あやめです。よ
よろしくお願いします。何がおかしいのですか？
ああ、すまない。明らかに足手まといな感じだからな。
Now, with the game being about the water gun tournament, it's obviously very different from the previous game, where Estival Versus was a hack and slash Dynasty Warriors style game. This is more a third-person shooter. I like to compare it to Splatoon, even though there are a lot of differences between this and Splatoon. The overall theme and way you play the game feels a lot like Splatoon. With how charming it is, how the whole thing works with the guns. It just feels very similar, in a lot of aspects. But the game, don't get me wrong, the game is not a Splatoon copy. There are a lot of things that make this game very unique. The game does have a story mode. The game has tons of extra side missions, which I'm just now getting to playing. So I just beat the story mode, and I'm starting on those. There's a lot of single player content in this game, and then there's obviously, with any shooter, the main catch of the game is going to be the online. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. This is the only area in which I had any issues. The online, maybe it's just because it's the first couple of days the game's been out, but I've had a few issues. I have been able to connect and play online, and I've had a few fun matches, but I've only played this game for, I'll say, a total of about 6 hours, and within that 6 hours, I had 2 online matches just drop connection. And I know it's not my internet, because I have really good internet. I play Street Fighter V online all the time. So it has to be something on the game's end, and that's a little disappointing because it is an online shooter. But whenever I did get a match going online, it was very fun, because there are different game modes. There's like a deathmatch mode, of course. There's a capture the flag mode called Capture the Bra. There's a mode with finishers, where you like see which team can get the most finishers. There are fun online modes. And the characters are fairly customizable. One of the things that kind of threw me off was in, say, Estival Versus, all the girls felt really different with their moves. And where this is a shooter, it's really hard to do that. So the game is really customizable. So really, you just want to pick your favorite character. Sadly, most of this footage, I'm using a bunch of different characters, or I think I'm using, I don't know, but because I didn't actually unlock my favorite character till the end of the story mode. But so pick your favorite character. You select your weapon layout and your card layout, and that's it. But that's where it gets really interesting. It's because other than switching weapons, you have these cards in between missions, and like in the store, you can get these packs of like trading cards, and you open them up, and it has different stuff on them, and they do different things for you during battle. Like new cards can give you new moves you can assign to your D-pad, new little characters to follow you around, new stuff. But also, if you get duplicate cards, you could turn those cards into XP to level up everything. So I found the way that the game does its leveling up system to be very customizable. So really, what you want to do is choose your favorite character, choose your favorite gun, and then choose your favorite card layout, and then just start leveling that up. My favorite gun was it was the big gun that looks like a roll of sushi, because that was amazing. So that's pretty much how you want to play the game. Just find the best layout that's good for you. And what's cool is that you can save your deck of cards, so that whenever you have to play, like during the story mode or during other missions and stuff, whenever you have to play as a certain character, you can just assign your deck, right then and there, so you have your your loadout ready to go. The game was very fun, and it is very sexual. If you're coming here and you're trying to look past the the boobies and you're trying to look past how silly this game is, you're going to be wasting your time, because this game is all about that. This game is all about being a hypersexualized, crazy fun time, which there's nothing wrong with. While yes, it does get a little over the top at times. I mean, the special moves you can perform on enemies, you can like shoot off their tops and stuff, and it's pretty outlandish. But where it is so overly sexual, it kind of becomes an inside joke with itself, because it's kind of too sexual. But I don't mind it. I never had any issues with the style of the game. It is fairly, the game does look fairly good, and like I said, I am glad to see this. It's very weird to see a shooter come out of Japan, and this is exactly what I thought a shooter out of Japan would be, other than like EDF. But it's a water gun game. I mean, who really makes an anime water gun game? That's pretty amazing. So yeah, if you are a fan of Senran Kagura, here you go. Here's an amazing title for you to play. And if you're not a fan, I don't really see this one turning you into a fan. I don't really see this one changing your mind at all. But who knows? I mean, right now it just came out, so if you're like on edge about this, I would say maybe wait a little bit. But definitely, if you're a fan, or if you're looking for something else to play, this is a good place to start. Or if you're just a fan of shooters, I think this game is a really good shooter. With as much as it looks like a silly booby game, there is some depth with the customizable layout and the XP system, in the game. So give it a shot, because who knows, you may like it. I mean, that's what I did with the first game. Well, not the first game, but that's what I did with Axel Versus. I just bought it one day, out of a whim, and I loved it. And now this is one of my favorite series. So who knows? Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't like it. I don't know. But I mean, Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash has anime girls squirting each other and bathing suits with water guns. So that's pretty amazing.
Hey geeks and gamers, TurboBot90013 here. Remember to subscribe to the Turbo Zone for more content. The Arcade Overlord, thank you. Stay retro. Turbo Zone.